Well, I'm early. Hello, everybody. I am Jay with Guilty of Crime, and we're back. I know I'm on here early. I finally caught this little stinker Bowie, so I just came on early and I'm like, hey, today we're going over a horrific autopsy and toxicology released for girl found in a dead box. And we've been covering the Jacqueline Mimi Torres case. So come on in, guys. Trigger warning as usual. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Get a membership if you can. Also, we did put a goal up today, and I wanted to share my puppy with you. Also, guys, we're giving away a Foxy box. And you can't buy a Foxy box. I can't even buy a Foxy box. I only could get it if it's one. So let's say hi to my baby. This is my baby right here. This is Bowie. Bowie, you say hi. You say hi, mama. You say hi, mama. Say hi. This is my multi poo. This is Bowie. I got Bowie. I got Wes. And I got Pieces. This is my baby. All right. So I had a few minutes early and I'm like, hey, let's come on. We'll say hi to the folks. Say hi, Connie and Jinx, Foxy Amazon, Kel, my girl, and Bowie. Bowie says hi. This is my baby. Julie Stockmeyer, how are you doing? Rest in peace, little Mimi. But we do want justice for Jacqueline Mimi Torres. And guys, I want you to know that her mom did this to her. Her mom is another Jen Soto 2.0. Awful. The person that should have been protecting her the most took her life after she starved her and beat her and abused her. So it's just, I mean, this whole case. Now, guys, this is like our, I believe, probably seventh episode, possibly anywhere between 5 and 7 episodes. And I do want to get you guys on the playlist. I do want to, this is the 9th episode, guys, 9 episodes on Mimi Torres. So this is not something that we've neglected to cover. I've covered bits and pieces and everything. All right. So 9 episodes for Mimi Jacqueline Torres, and we need justice. Justice for Mimi. All right. So come on in, guys. Get ready, get comfortable, hit that like button. Teresa, good to see you, my friend. Holly, I'm glad you're here. Boochie Mang, a hoochie gonna want puppers. Smoochy, y'all are funny. Y'all are funny, but always just stopping by to hang out with mama and say hi, huh? Because I caught her. Because normally she goes in her bed and she says, leave me alone. I don't want to see everybody. But right now she's being super cute. Yes. All right, guys. I'm just lagging right now. Those three are the epitome of low life. All right. We're going to get it. We've got body cam today. We've got autopsy and toxicology reports. And we get to see these dumb criminals as they starve this little girl. They sure didn't starve themselves. And guys, the worst part about this whole case is that this is happening time and time again. When I say this, number one, parents taking the life of their children. Number two, taking them out of school to put them on homeschool so that they can go under the radar and be abused. None of them have missed a meal, I assure you. All right, Bowie, it's time to get going with you. I'm going to get into this case. You're going to go hang out. And then when we're done, you can come back and hang out with me, okay? Bye. Okay, Bowie says bye because mama's got to get to work and I need both of my hands. All right, bye, Bowie. I see you later. All right, and guys, and yeah, hit that like button. We've got like 40 people in here. I'm early, so I'm just lollygagging on this. We'll get started, but also, listen, we're winning a Foxy box today, and we got to get to the goal. We're going to be giving away really good things in the Foxy boxes, so you got to be a member. You got to drop a comment, hit the like button, and all that stuff. Yes, bye, Bowie. All right, we're going to just get into it. I know I'm early, but Mama Pearl's also just moved back. So I was next door with Mama Pearl after almost 3 years. She's back in San Jose, and we're happy. We're happy to have Mama Pearl with the guilty of crime family here. So, what's up? Bye, Bowie. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for coming here day in and day out. And I know because we haven't really started the episode, people are going to say, "What happened?" I'm going to tell you. You know what I'll do? I'm going to first play a clip, one that you just to get you guys going with what the heck are we talking about today. And I want you to see these piece of trash people, the suspect, crying pathetically in court. But later, he's not crying so much for anybody but himself. So let's take a look back. Again, this is the 9th episode. I'm going to put that in the description. Let's see what happened here. Let's look in. Let's rewind to see what happened at the beginning. And then we're going to jump forward to the toxicology, the body cam footage. It's a big day. Episode 9, Mimi Torres needs justice. Let's go.
To his other charges, Nanita has also been charged with tampering with physical evidence and violation of legal requirements regarding the disposition of a body.
Yes, the next date is November.
Jonathan Nanita's appearance in New Britain Superior Court was...
He's a piece of trash and he's crying for himself, folks. That's it. That's all. You could see he's beat up still from when they had to, when they arrested him. He tried to act like he had unalived himself. All right. He pretended like he was dead. He started a rumor. And when we first started this case, I thought that he had taken his own life because it was flying around social media. But he's not dead because he's right there crying for himself. All right, guys, come on in, hit that like button. Yes, Mama Pearl is back. She is back in San Jose. Her birthday was yesterday, and we're off to a good start. Hit that like. Let's get into it. This piece of trash monster faked his own death before he was arrested. And then when he was arrested, they apprehended him, and they beat the shit out of him. And rightfully so.
Brief on the matter of the additional charges. Nanita was initially charged with murder with special circumstances, conspiracy to commit murder with special circumstances, risk of injury, and cruelty to a child. During his brief appearance, his attorney also requested that Nanita remain in protective custody in jail due to ongoing safety concerns. Nanita was arrested last month along with Torres Garcia, Mimi's mother, and Jacqueline Garcia, Mimi's aunt. Police arrested the three after an investigation into a storage box found behind an abandoned property in New Britain. The box was found to contain human remains in an advanced stage of decomposition. Those remains were positively identified as Mimi, who was 11 years old at the time she died in the fall of 2024.
Now, remember, this case unfolded in a way where we didn't know where she was because they put her in an abandoned house that they had moved her body multiple times. So we're just doing a quick rewind. I just put the playlist in the description for you so you can go back and watch the other episodes if you need to. And Jinx says, every time I catch a live J on the TV, which is connected to my mom's account, she gets a little for me and a little for my mom. Well, thank you, Jinx. I do appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the channel. All right. Yes, and yes. This story, I'm going to get into the whole story, but I'm just because I came on early. I wanted to catch you all up on what happened before we get into the autopsy results.
Police say Mimi had been the victim of prolonged abuse and malnutrition before she was killed while the family lived in Farmington. Investigators say her body was kept in the basement of the family home and was moved with them when they later moved to New Britain. Nanita.
See, this is giving you the details of what happened now. They had to move her body, and then it was found in an abandoned house. So again, this case has unfolded, and we've been covering piece by piece. Now we're to a point where we pretty much know everything, and these lowlives are going to be prosecuted to the fullest. But you're going to see how surprised they are throughout this episode.
Will appear in the Litchfield Judicial Courthouse on November 14th to face those additional charges. In New Britain, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
All right. That is funny. Stop sharing that bad boy and put this back up. I know it's just 4:03. Welcome, Mab. Everybody coming in. Froggy made it. Nor cal, so gal. Come on in, folks. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Get a membership if you can. I've got the goal up, and we're giving away a Foxy box today, guys. So let's get this party started. And that Midnight Lace starts it off with a $2 super sticker, as she says, choo choo. Again, you can't buy a Foxy box. We're going to give a Foxy box out today. Tears in Heaven, Dab Sturds, Connie, Mr. Mabster, Clementine, all the homies, all the guilty of crime homies are in the house. And guys, I've got plans for this week for you as well. I've got 2 more episodes planned this week that I already know for sure that's going down. So I just want you guys to remember. All right. Remember, we're going to cover a bigger case of the grave robber. I've got Rebecca and Jake Haro updates. I've got Jack and Lily updates. Guys, I've got Teppy updates. There's a lot. So Felicia, Sherlock Homegirl, more. Y'all come in, come around daily, because I'm telling you, every single day we're going to be giving stuff away and running new episodes. All right. So quickly, let's rewind to 3 months. Mom of the 11-year-old found dead in New Britain, and her boyfriend. And this is what happened. Withheld food, restrained her. And guys, they even used an alternative.
Oh, it's been more than a
Listen, they used an alternative person to fake that it was her. When they did an online check for school, they posed a fake child to be her. And you're going to hear about that today. We only knew a little bit about it before, but we know more now. Little Miss Sharon's got the guilty of crime membership. Please thank her. And my girl Holly says, choo. I'll do the choo choo part. We're dancing to the choo choo. Garden Critters. Come on in, guys. Tony B, thank you. You guys are awesome. Kicked it off with 2 guilty of crime, 2 stickers for $2 and the guilty of crime membership. All right, we're going to do this, and then we're hopping straight into horrific trigger warning autopsy and toxicology report for the girl that was found dead in the box, Jacqueline Mimi Torres. Also in the description, I've got my playlist with 9 episodes. And today, we're going to win a Foxy box. Let's go. Right after this, we're getting right straight into the autopsy findings.
week since authorities confirmed the remains of 11-year-old Jacqueline Torres Garcia that were found in New Britain.
And now newly released court documents revealing more about the time leading up to her death. We do have to warn you, some of these details can be very troubling to hear. NBC Connecticut's Matt Austin joins us live in studio with the latest. Matt?
Yeah, so Amber and Kevin, we got a hold of these search warrants connected to the case. And while the victim's name is redacted, their birth date and the details match those of Jacqueline Torres Garcia.
Sorry.
Following the death of Jacqueline.
See, we didn't even know where she was initially. She was missing. This was another case of little Melody Buzzard. Where's Mimi Torres? Oh, well, Mimi Torres, don't worry. She's with her mom with all the other 5 kids in that nasty house. Oh, wait a minute. That's not her. What's up, Millie Rivera? Good to see you, my friend. Late as usual. That's okay. Indy Isham, my girl. Janet Rollins, Mab, always a pleasure. Cheeky. Oh, you guys are awesome. Come on in.
Mimi Torres Garcia. 3 people are charged in the case. Now search warrants have been released linked to Mimi's mother, Carla Garcia, and the girl's aunt, Jacqueline Garcia.
And I assure you, these people fed themselves very well. All right. This little girl ended up weighing 27 pounds with just 1 blueberry in her stomach at the time they found her. All right. These people are evil.
In the application to search the mother's phone, investigators.
That's her mom. This piece of trash thinks she's not going to get arrested. Oh, but boy, does she. She's trying to talk to law enforcement and smooth her way. Again, I don't care about people's appearance, but in this case, that was Mimi's mom. By no means did she starve, but boy, did she starve her daughter.
Revealed Carla Garcia had done 2 interviews with New Britain police. She allegedly told them while living in Farmington, she and boyfriend, Jonathan and Anita, starved Mimi before her death, and that the girl had previously been restrained as punishment for acting bad. Detectives say Garcia reported Anita eventually brought the body to the basement, and that, quote, Carla Garcia said the odor from redacted decaying body was so strong they had to leave their residence in Farmington and stay with friends or at hotels.
I mean, do you hear how this case has developed? Again, if you missed all other 8 episodes, that's okay because this case kind of drug out and we'd only get piece by piece by piece. Like I said, if you go back to episode 1, on episode 1, you're going to hear me say that we've got 2 suspects. The third took his own life. But no, he just tried to trick us all. And he went onto Facebook and he had them start a rumor.
Else. The family allegedly moved from Farmington in March of this year. At some point, police say an anonymous tipster reported Anita picked up a toad in a cemetery, possibly with a body, and left the bag.
Now we now know one of the anonymous reports was from his ex. All right.
Behind an abandoned property in New Britain, where the girls' remains were found earlier this month.
Not a lot of bodies are gone.
In the warrant for the girls on, detectives say Jacqueline Garcia told them she saw the abuse and neglected the girl and took a picture of her, adding, quote, Jacqueline Garcia also admitted that when she left the Farmington residence in mid-August of 2024, she knew that redacted was going to die.
She knew that Mimi was going to die. All 3 of those piece of trash evil monsters are on a whole new level of evil. All right. And when we get to the autopsy, trigger warning, because this case has struck me. This hasn't been the biggest case. I've covered 9 episodes, but for some reason, more people just need to know about this because it's another Jen Soto, literally 2.0. And I've got more for you this week. You are not on the replay crew. Welcome, girl. Welcome. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe. Get yourself a membership. We're giving a Foxy box out today. You know what that means. What's up, Wesley?
Now, in the warrant, the mother allegedly reported Mimi died on September 19th of 2024. That would have made her 11 years old, not 12, as police initially thought, and that was about 3 months after a court granted the mother sole custody of the girl. Amber and Kevin?
Matt, I know a lot of people are wondering this tonight. Do we know if Mimi ever tried to get away?
Now, according to at least one of the search warrants, yes, it was reported that she allegedly ran or at least tried to run away.
Now, remember, they were over there with multiple children feeding their fat faces, okay? Feeding their fat faces, starving this girl, and putting other children in her place to fake that it was her. But in fact, they were beating her, starving her. They didn't give, no food, no water, but they were using her money, welfare money, for themselves to feed their fat faces. All right. Let's keep going. She tried to get away.
Twice she was stopped by family members and in fact was restrained and punished again, sadly.
Unbelievable. Matt Austin, thank you so much for that. We appreciate that update on that.
She must have been the freaking golden goose that laid the egg, because I'm not sure why family members would want to take her life. Yeah, why'd they pick on her when they had all the other children? And yeah, One Man Trust is, if you look at the women prison documentaries, you'll see the women don't do prison justice like men do. He will be in danger, but the women won't in Gen Pop, as far as I've heard. Yeah, I don't know, and I don't want to know, but I hope she does get justice. And I hope Mimi gets justice and these monsters get what they deserve. All right. East Coast, baby. What's up? How you doing? All right, guys. Again, hit that like button. Get yourself a membership. I'm about to go into the disturbing autopsy report. So this is where we are now. We are January 21st, 2026. All right. Let's get to it. All right, disturbing details, guys. Report reveals drugs. Now, remember, we always talk about autopsies and toxicology, because toxicology will tell us what the parents put into their systems and what they didn't put. Now, this report reveals that they actually gave little Mimi Torres drugs. I think it was methamphetamines, guys. All right. They severely starved this 11-year-old and they gave her methamphetamines. Now, this was just updated on January 13th, and I have another one here from January 16th that we're going to get into. We're going to play this in just a minute after I read you the results. Now, the autopsy report that was obtained by NBC reveals the new details in the death of 11-year-old Jacqueline Mimi Torres, whose body was found behind an abandoned. Now, this was in New Britain, Connecticut, all right, in October. Her mother, Carla, and 2 others are charged, and her aunt and her boyfriend were charged, which the medical examiner ruled a homicide caused by fatal child abuse with starvation. Now, the report that was obtained through a probate court filing contains the graphic descriptions of her condition. All right. The autopsy report says Mimi, Torres Garcia, had amphetamines in her system at the time of her death. All right. The drugs she was never prescribed. According to the medical examiner findings, amphetamines are found in some prescription medications as well as illicit drugs. The medical examiner also noted the presence of an antihistamine. So maybe they put her to sleep. They shoved drugs down her face and tried to give her medicine to put her to sleep and starved her over time. Yes, this is in Connecticut. All right. Good to see y'all. Thank you for being here. Connie Branch, what's up? Thank you for the $2 super sticker. And Sherlock Homegirl for being a member for 6 months. All right, let's keep going. Is anybody surprised by any of this? Now, listen, guys, I want you to understand this. Okay, so they had illicit drugs, amphetamines, antihistamines, and none of these were prescribed. All right. The autopsy report there said there was a single blueberry in the child's stomach. That's it. All right. She was 27 pounds. A photograph from Torres's 5th grade graduation in June 24 show her smiling and appearing healthy. Just 3 months later, her mother told police she stopped feeding her. According to an interview with Carla Garcia, the evil mom that overate. Now, investigators believe Torres Garcia Mimi died about 2 weeks later on September 19th, 2024, based on the statements of her mother and her mother's sister or her aunt. Her body, it was found inside a 40-gallon bin wrapped in sheets and blankets. She was folded into a tight fetal position inside of a black garbage bag, according to the autopsy report. The medical examiner noted that Torres Garcia, or Mimi, was 4'8" and she weighed 27 pounds. There was no sign of recent fractures or trauma, but the report cited several muscle atrophy and almost no body fat. The findings are consistent with prolonged starvation. Now, her mother, Carla Garcia, and her mom's boyfriend, Jonathan and Anita, they both face murder charges. Garcia has pled not guilty, and Garcia's sister, Jacqueline, is charged with intentional cruelty and unlawful restraint in the 1st degree and risk to an injury of a child. That's what she has. And now let's hear this.
I'm Keisha Grant.
And I'm Mike Heidick. Mimi was found behind an abandoned house in New Britain back in October. Investigators said that she had been there at least a year. Her mother and 2 others are charged in her death by starvation.
Chief Investigator Lynn Bestoff obtained a copy of the autopsy report. It shows she had 2 types of drugs in her system before her death. Lynn, you've been on this story since the very beginning. Just when you think it can't get worse, it
gets worse.
Yeah, it does, Keisha, Mike. I'm not going to lie here. Reading this stuff's a little bit hard to take, and we got both the autopsy and some other documents when we were in probate court.
Now, listen, this little girl was 11 years old. Baby guilty is 11 years old. Let me put this in perspective for you. Baby guilty is 11 years old. She's 96.4 pounds and 4'11". Now, put it in perspective with Mimi. Mimi was 11 years old, 4'8", and 27 pounds. That 27 pounds is just enough for skin and bones, mind you. Tracy Smith says, Jay, I seriously love your heart. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for the super chat. Yes, 4'8" and 27 pounds. An 11-year-old. Okay. My baby guilty is 11. She's 4'11", 96.4 pounds. Compare that. All right. Just bones. They're skin, but yes, literally just skin and bones, guys. All right.
And we should warn you, this does contain graphic descriptions of the condition Mimi's body was in. The medical examiner's office previously confirmed Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia's cause of death was fatal child abuse with starvation. The manner, homicide, maltreatment, and neglect.
Now you got to remember the aunt knew that Mimi was going to die. She knew at the time that she was already starving and she was starved to death, dehydrated, and they were pumping drugs into her. All right. So, yes, Kel, the poor baby, but Auntie knew about it and she continued to let it happen. Clementine, 27 pounds is an emergency situation, and that's why they folded her up like in a fetal position, and they put her inside of a black bag inside of a 40-gallon bucket and hid her for over a year. Right?
A toxicology report revealed the presence of amphetamines in her blood, drugs she was never prescribed, according to the autopsy report. Amphetamines are found in some prescription medications as well as illicit drugs.
Now, listen, they look like tweakers. Especially the Jonathan Nanita looks like a tweaker. All right. Yes. Rest in peace, Melody. But this is not Melody Buzzard. This is Mimi Torres, Jacqueline Mimi Torres. This is not Melody. I know they look similar, don't they?
The medical examiner also noted the presence of an antihistamine. There was a single blueberry in her stomach. A
single blueberry in her stomach, guys, right? Gastrointestinal system. The esophagus has a smooth tan brown mucus, or mucosa. It says mucosa. The serosa of the stomach, smooth and brown. It's brown and otolized. The stomach contains a single intact blueberry. Of course, they have a picture, and then they go into the, the feces and the intestines, everything like that. Just imagine one blueberry, guys. Yes, that is crazy, and that's evil. I don't care how many times I hear it either. And when you think it's done and it's not going to happen next week, it happens the next day.
Mimi appears healthy at her 5th grade graduation in June.
So listen, 3 months after that, they speculate that she was dead. 3 months after 5th grade graduation, she never made it to 6th grade. They faked the funk and they got someone else to pretend like it was her. She never made
2024. 3 months later, her mother says she stopped feeding her, according to an interview she gave with police. Investigators believe Mimi died about 2 weeks later on September 19th, 2020.
How do you just stop feeding somebody, guys? What?
24, based on statements from Garcia and her sister. The child's body was found inside a 40-gallon bin wrapped inside a black garbage bag, according to the autopsy result. She was 4 feet 8 inches tall and weighed just 27 pounds.
You hear that? 4'8", 27 pounds. Child abuse and sadism. But guys, tell me where a mom can openly admit that she just stopped feeding her, right, Clementine? We see the same things, man. These people incredibly sad. And yes, dark scale creatures, these people are sick. They look like tweakers to me. But the only problem with her mom is she looks like a tweaker, but she just likes to eat. She didn't feed her kid, though.
The medical examiner noted no signs of recent fractures or major trauma, but she had severe muscle atrophy and almost no body fat, which are consistent with prolonged starvation. A separate document reveals the medical examiner's office used X-rays and other images to positively identify Mimi.
Damn,
Garcia
man.
and her ex-boyfriend face murder charges. She pleaded not guilty. Garcia's sister is charged with intentional cruelty, unlawful restraint in the first degree, and risk of injury to a child.
Complete morons. I like that. All right, let's stop this one. Let's take a look at this second report 3 days later. All right, I'll just play this real quick.
Autopsy report.
It's all got a little
Jacqueline Torres
different.
Garcia. She is the 11-year-old girl whose body was found behind a vacant home in New Britain back in October. Her mother, her mother's boyfriend, and her aunt are now charged in connection to her death. The autopsy report found that she weighed only 27 pounds. She had a single blueberry in her stomach.
Now, listen, guys, I wanted to show this because there's her funeral, and you can see they're carrying a white casket with white flowers, and there's plenty of people there to celebrate the life of Jacqueline Mimi Torres. They wanted her. She was wanted and she was loved, but she wasn't wanted or loved by her mom, the one person that should have. And even her aunt, even an aunt is supposed to protect her. Yes, the mom and the sister looked like they spent the day chained to a buffet and then they did meth for dessert. That's what I'm saying. I do not like them. I don't understand how people can do this.
Her body was found wrapped in multiple layers of cloth.
And this is why I wanted to talk to you about it, because the way she was found and the odor of ammonia, and they had been for over a year. All right. And we're going to get into all of that today.
Cloth and plastic inside a 40-gallon plastic container placed behind a vacant house. There was an odor of ammonia around the wrappings and contents of the bin. Cause of death, abuse with starvation.
Man. All right. So that basically, I mean, this one's on January 16th, 5 days ago, and it talks about the autopsy reveal. Again, she was found wrapped in multiple layers of cloth and plastic in a 40-gallon plastic container in October. Now, it's 2026, guys. She was believed to have been dead in 2024 of September. All right. They didn't find her body for over a year. 11-year-old New Britain, Connecticut girl was discovered behind a vacant home last fall, and she weighed less than 30 pounds. It was, and we just talked about the wrapping of it, the odor of ammonia, and 27 pounds with a single blueberry. All right. Jacqueline's mother, her boyfriend, and her aunt, they all face charges in connection with the death. And we saw the medical examiner ruling it as a homicide by fatal abuse with starvation. And it was over an amount of time, guys, just like Emmanuel Haro. Same exact thing as Emmanuel Haro. Okay. That is what they did. And we're going to cover the update because Rebecca Haro was in court yesterday. And I hear Jake Haro's getting his ass kicked as he should in prison. So we're going to cover that as well. All right. When I say we, that means I'm going to cover it. All right, let's put this up and keep going, guys. We have a lot going today. Come on in, hit that like button, get yourself a membership. We're giving away Foxy Box at the end of the show, and we always give away what do you call that? Memberships. Okay, let me see where we are. This one's not it. I'm trying to get you guys to the right clip. All right, so let's take a look at this one, and then we will go over it. I got a couple more things to show you. Autopsy reveals disturbing details. There's another one, another version.
Right now at 6, breaking news in the death of 11-year-old Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia. NBC Connecticut Investigates explains what her autopsy reveals about her death. Thank you for joining us this evening for the news at 6. I'm Keisha Grant.
And I'm Mike Heidick. Mimi was found behind an abandoned house in New Britain back in October. Investigators said that she had been there at least a year. Her mother and 2 others are charged in her death by starvation.
Chief Investigator Lynn Bestoff obtained a copy of the autopsy.
Okay, so this is the one I showed. I've got one. Let me show a different one because you guys were here already, and then we're gonna get to it. I want to share the latest information, and then we'll get into the what I got planned for today.
We're learning more about the death of 11-year-old Mimi Torres Garcia. Fox 61 got her autopsy through a probate court filing. The chief medical examiner determined her cause of death to be child abuse with starvation.
Fox 61's Alicia Hercules is in Farmington breaking down those autopsy findings.
Again, remember, Emmanuel Haro, same COD. All right, he was starved over time, which resulted in death. Okay.
Findings that paint a troubling picture of severe neglect and abuse.
According to this autopsy report, Mimi had a single blueberry in her stomach, and her remains weighed just 27 pounds at the time of their discovery. In the autopsy report obtained through a probate case in Farmington, the chief medical examiner notes 11-year-old Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia had an amphetamine in her system that was not prescribed to her. The report notes there was an antihistamine in her.
Now, that can be something that's an active ingredient inside of a medication, but it also can mean exactly what we think an amphetamine means, right? We've got methamphetamines, we've got amphetamines, and then we've got antihistamines that they're referring to. All right, let's keep going.
System as well. The chief medical examiner says she was emaciated. The report notes the 11-year-old had nearly no subcutaneous fat. That's the soft layer of fat just beneath the skin, leaving her bones visible under the skin's surface. Mimi's cause of death was determined to be child abuse with starvation. The manner of death was homicide by maltreatment and neglect. Her body was found wrapped in several layers of cloth and plastic inside a 40-gallon plastic container. She was folded into the fetal position inside a garbage bag, according to the report. The report also notes the smell of ammonia from the contents of the bin. Police believe she died in September of 2024, more than a year before her body was eventually found. Carla Garcia, Mimi's mother, along with Jonathan Nanita, Garcia's then boyfriend, and Jacqueline Garcia, Mimi's aunt, have all been.
And we're going to see some of that body cam today where they're not so happy about it. And then we've got one more clip that reveals other things about this and the possible types of drugs that might have been in her system. This lady is a monster, and I don't think she's going to get long because I believe that she flipped on the two, all right? And she's got lesser charges.
Charged in connection with Mimi's death. The medical examiner didn't find any external injuries on her body. Full body x-rays didn't show any recent or healing fractures. In Farmington,
So they were mostly starving her and dehydrating her. They weren't using brutal force on the outside, probably any further. All right. And on this one, I want to show you because they got the possibilities. Maybe they were giving her Adderall. Yeah, the mom clearly wasn't missing food. What's up, twin mommy? How you doing? There's no plea deal. We're going to get to all that. We're going to see them in court. We're going to do all that. But I have to get you caught up on this. And don't worry, we're getting there next.
Condition of her little body. New details in the death of Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia, the little 11-year-old girl whose remains were found outside this abandoned home in New Britain back in early October.
And every time you get a picture of this building, it gets worse and worse. This is an abandoned building that they left her for. All right. Yeah. What's the excuse? What is their excuse? What's up, Tara? Good to see you, my friend. They're giving her a stimulant. We're going to listen up right now. We're talking about it.
2025. Investigators believe she was dead for about a year before her body was found. Tonight, an autopsy report revealing new details about what the medical examiner uncovered. The report says Mimi's body was found inside a 40-gallon rubber bin, stuffed inside black garbage bags with the comforter that had bleach stains. The report says, quote, all of the contents of the bin had a strong odor of ammonia about them. The body is that of a markedly decomposed, markedly emaciated female.
I mean, look at that. That's what we read earlier. And it says the black garbage bag with her head turned to the left. I mean, they're literally giving a description. All right. Yes. Over a year, guys. And why this child? Why all three of them to that child? Look at that. I read it earlier and I didn't even have that many details. They folded her in a fetal position in half with her head turned to the left in a fetal position in a black garbage bag. Her chin was tucked downward. Her left arm was flexed at her elbow in front of her chest, and her right arm was extended at her side. All right. Extended her side with her right hand tucked into a curve of her emaciated right buttock, and her hips and knees maximally flexed and compressed against her anterior torso. Her knees are near her chin and her feet are directly above her pelvis. If that doesn't give you an indication of what they found inside of the black bag in that bin in the backyard, I don't know what does. All right. I can't. But there were three of them. It's not just the mom. It's the aunt and the boyfriend. What would make them do this? Did they really need that money that bad? I just can't understand. I don't understand this either. All right. I don't get it.
Male child. She is folded into a tight fetal position. The report revealing she was 4'8" and only 27 pounds with very little body fat. Inside her stomach, a single intact blueberry. The medical examiner finding, quote, prominence of bony skeleton under the skin.
And so you could see this here. We had talked about skin and bones earlier. And that's what it says. Her emaciation, prominence of bony skeleton. Guys, of course, the skin was there. Skin and bone, skeleton under the skin surface. Her body weight, when you just put it on, 27 pounds with decomposition. And then the absence of subcutaneous fat means there's just nothing under the, really nothing under the skin, just the skeleton. And then a single blueberry and minimal feces in the intestinal tract, which means they just weren't feeding her anymore. They stopped feeding her, right? So nothing to push out in her intestines and nothing to put in her stomach. I just don't know. I just can't understand this. Dosing the positive hit from secondhand smoke. Well, they're talking about Adderall could have been given to her or methamphetamines. Listen up.
Surface. And another shocking revelation. Mimi had amphetamine in her system that was not prescribed to her. It's often found in drugs like Adderall and also illicit drugs.
And they say illicit drugs like a mathematician. Okay. So Adderall, or any kind of methamphetamines, any kind of uppers is what they were giving her. I know.
Too. It's not clear the exact drug that was in her system. The ME also found diphenhydramine in her system, an antihistamine often used to treat allergies. Mimi Torres.
Or to put you to sleep. Remember, Madeline Soto had an antihistamine in her, so they were giving her uppers and downers, guys. They're giving her amphetamines and then antihistamines, which make you drowsy. All right, I know it's heartbreaking. All right.
Garcia's mother, her mother's ex-boyfriend, and her aunt are all facing charges in her murder.
Not enough.
In arrest warrants, Mimi's mother, Carla Garcia, allegedly told police that they stopped feeding Mimi food for about 2 weeks before her death. Her cause of death, fatal child abuse with starvation. Live in the control room, I'm Zori Hall.
What would make you stop feeding your child? And what would make you even say that to someone? Oh, yeah, I stopped feeding her about 2 weeks before she died. And then, she was out in the, a trash can. She was out in no. She was in a box. We put her in the garage, but the garage started to smell. People could smell the decomp. And so we had to get away from there and move. And when they moved, that's when they took her body to the abandoned building and dropped her off because they knew that people would smell the decomposition and they couldn't get away with it. Yes, that's what it probably was, dark scale creature. They're probably making her do speedballs, and then when she was too hyped up, they would give her something drowsy. So uppers and downers. What's up, Ruby for Justice? I know, I told you guys. The ant looks confused, right? Are you confused that you're going to get locked up for at least 15 years? You better. Damn, I know. It's control, has nothing to do with right, Foxy. I can't think outside of the box sometimes when I'm looking at a little girl like this. And this was one of the better pictures of her because after this, it was all downhill. Now, we're going to talk also about the person that they put in place of Mimi to fake that she was going to school. I got Zoom at 5 for the kids, constitutional rights. Okay, girl, get on it. We got 20-something minutes. Thank you, MM Clark. Love you. Mama Pearl's back, MM Clark. Back in San Jose, baby. Love you. Love you, MM. All right. Let's keep going because we are not done yet. And we're giving away a Foxy box. All right. Curly Blue, good to see you. Cool and Chris, always a pleasure. All right, let's get to it, guys. Thank you for being here again.
Autopsy report has just been released in the death of 11-year-old Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia, the little girl found in a storage tote after what police...
Guys, today's January 21st. Yesterday was January 20th. This came out yesterday. So this is the latest in the court filings. We're going to see some body cam. Buckle up, buckle in. We're only halfway through the show, and y'all are here with me. So say a prayer. Horrific autopsy and toxicology. And this, Mimi Torres, is the little girl that was found dead in a box. She did not have a name at first.
Say was a year-long cover-up by her own family. The findings inside.
Yes, a year-long cover-up. So that's why we're talking about the person that they put in place to trick the school. but they're going to get caught. Thank you, Little Miss Sharon. Guys, if you received the membership from Little Miss Sharon, please thank her. All right, here's the 3 evil people. That's her mom, Carla. That's her aunt. Her name is also Jacqueline. And that's Jonathan Nanita, the boyfriend that faked his own death and got his ass beat when he was arrested.
Are shocking, revealing exactly what was in her body when she died and giving new disturbing insight into the unimaginable suffering that police say this little girl endured in her final days. We have the findings that are changing this case. We're on the case, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris.
Guys, I don't normally say something about someone's weight, but this is an evil pig right here. That's what I gotta say about that. I don't care about weight, but when you starve your children or a child to the point of 27 pounds and you look like that, well, you're a monster. You're an evil pig monster. Just saying. All right.
All right, real quick before we start this episode of On the Case, there is a reason this show is one of the top shows on YouTube, and there's a reason that Morgan & Morgan is America's largest personal injury law firm. They have more than 1,000 attorneys who have insurers. Everyone called her Mimi. This was the girl whose body was found in a storage tote behind an abandoned house last fall, and the people accused of her murder and that year-long cover-up, her own mom, her aunt, and her mom's boyfriend. Now, we've been tracking every detail.
We're going to have to put an emoji of an evil pig because I've got more Jen Soto 2.0s and they're a bunch of evil pigs. All right. That's what we're going to call them. I'm glad you're embroidering and listening. And Wyatt, good to see you, buddy. I hope that you got everything you wanted for your birthday. All right, let's keep going.
In this case, the alleged starvation, the use of zip ties, the body being reportedly hidden in the basement, and the lies that police say all 3 of these people, her mom, Carla Garcia, her mom's boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita, and her aunt, Jacqueline Garcia, told them, and Child Services. But now the official autopsy report is out, and it is painting the most detailed and frank.
And guys, CPS was involved. Her mom, the big back mom had just gotten her back, and then they did this to her. Yes, happy birthday, Wyatt. No Ferrari, though. That's all right. Clark, you had a birthday, too? My mom's birthday was yesterday. Your birthday was yesterday, and Wyatt's, I believe, was the day before.
Frankly, the most devastating picture yet of what exactly
she's so
cute.
Saying
that this little girl
why did they do that to her
moments and what was going on inside her body when she died. Now we're talking about a single specific piece of food found in her stomach. We're talking about drugs in her system, drugs that she was reportedly never prescribed, and a weight so shockingly low it defies belief. Now we have the details of this new report and what it means.
Now, listen, guys, and we were talking about everything in this case. So what led up to this and what's happening? I want you to know that big back that you see right there, big back Carla Garcia, the mother, the momster, she's going to a pretrial hearing in just 9 days, guys. In 9 days at 10 in the morning, she's facing murder with special circumstances, conspiracy to commit murder with special circumstances, risk of injury to a child, intent, child cruelty for a child under 19, unlawful restraint, the zip ties, tampering with physical evidence, and the disposal of a dead body. That's the mom. The mom's facing those charges. Then we've got her piece of garbage boyfriend that faked his own death. He wanted to get out of it. But he's going to be in court in the next 7 days at 10 a.m. and he's facing murder with special circumstances, conspiracy to commit with special circumstances, risk of an injury to a child, unlawful restraint, the zip ties, and intent cruelty of a child under 19. The aunt, however, is also facing a pretrial in 9 days, and she has only got intent and cruelty, unlawful restraint, the zip ties, and risk to injury to a child. Now, the authorities allege that Mimi's mother and boyfriend lied to continue receiving the SNAP benefits after Mimi's death, resulting in additional charges of fraud. So if you guys want to know why she did it, I've been asking why. Why she did it? Money, folks. Money. You couldn't pay me enough to do that to anybody, let alone my child. All right, let's keep going. We now know I'm sure it's power trip and maybe some sadomasochism. I don't know, whatever they did, sadism, but it's absolutely money is the bottom line, and they're going to be charged for that. What's up, Tina girl? Good to see you, my friend.
For the case against the 3 people charged in her death. I want you to remember that this story unraveled in October of last year. Police in New Britain, Connecticut got a tip about something suspicious behind a vacant house. And then they go check it out. And that's when they find the storage tote. And inside of it, the remains of 11-year-old Jacqueline Torres Garcia. Her family called her Mimi. But this is where the gut punches begin. The first one, based on the condition of her
body. But listen, guys, SNAP, I believe, is like food stamps, I think, right? I think SNAP, so they were collecting food stamps and welfare. All right. So SNAP and welfare. Panda Ann, this is in Connecticut, Wyatt. Panda Ann, Mimi being 27 pounds, but being gone a year. You think she weighed any more at the time of death? I at least hope so. Not certain the temp, humidity, and enclosure would contribute to decomp. And that's what they're saying too. They're saying that the decomp and everything was being weighed. And yeah, I mean, it was over a year, so it probably contributed to the fact. You're absolutely right, Panda Ann. 100%. This case is gross. These people gross. EBT food stamps. Yep. SNAP card, food stamps. You got it. They do. You're absolutely right. But this case, they can't tell. Special circumstances can lead to the death penalty if the death penalty is in Connecticut. All right. But yeah, Jennifer Soto is an evil pig. You forgot the word evil. So food stamps to starve her and feed their fat faces. Yes. All right, let's keep going, guys. Remember, we're giving a Foxy box at the end of this. So get yourself in green, hit the like, and let's get to the goal. All right.
Body, investigators believed that she had been dead for roughly a year, an entire year, and no one reported her missing. So the question immediately became, who was she with? And the answer led right back to her own family. Mimi had been living with her mom, Carla Garcia, and her mom's boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita, as well as her aunt, Jacqueline Garcia. Now, according to the arrest warrants that would soon come out, this was not a home. It was a torture chamber. Police allege that Mimi was starved, zip-tied as punishment, forced to stand in a corner where she would soil herself. They say the adults in her life did this to her. And when she died, which investigators believe happened in the fall of 2024, they allege that the family did not call for help. They say that they actually hid her body in the basement of their home in Farmington, Connecticut, an apartment.
Damn, guys, I expect the boyfriend and the aunt to try to take a plea deal. All right, that's what I'm thinking. All right, Jay, I sent you a couple pig images. Well, thank you. Thank you. We can call him Gorda. We can say Gorda, Gordito, whatever the heck you guys want. What's up, Ali Callie and my boy Michael? Good to see you. Come on in, my friend. Everybody else, come on in. Come on in, come on in. Happy birthday to everybody. Happy birthday, Clar. All right, biological father. Well, we don't know about the biological right now. I can look it up, but this is episode 9. This is a deep dive. All right.
That they had in the city next to New Britain, where Mimi's body would be found. Now, the smell inside that home, it got so bad that, according to police, the adults responsible, they started staying in hotels. Then, when they moved to a place in New Britain, they allegedly moved Mimi's body with them before finally dumping that tote behind the abandoned house in New Britain. Now, once the body was found, the arrest came.
All right, now we get to see some of the arrest and the evil pig footage where they're not happy. All right. Again, in the description, I put a link to the playlist for Mimi. This has been a while now. All right. I want you to know that there's no public available information on Mimi Torres' biological father and where he is right now. The news sources focus on the mother, Carla, her aunt, and her mother's ex-boyfriend, but they don't name or locate the father. So if anyone does know about the father, let me know. Mimi lived most of her life, guys, with her paternal grandmother, Patricia Delgado. All right. Her father's side of the family was involved in raising her, and the grandmother had custody for years. Now, the grandmother even sued Mimi's biological mom for child support in 2016. So, what it comes down to, folks, is money. All right. There's no articles or anything naming where the father, nothing probate, nothing, nothing likely that we can see here. It was the grandma on the dad's side. All right. She didn't want to let her back. She didn't want to. They wanted custody so they can get the money. All right. Just remember that money is the root of all evil, guys. What's up, Husky? This evil bitch pig.
Came fast. You had Carla Garcia and Jonathan Nanita. They were hit with murder charges. Then the aunt, Jacqueline Garcia, she was charged with cruelty and risk of injury for allegedly witnessing and even participating in the abuse. 3 family members, all behind bars, all accused of playing a role.
I bet you guys have heard of this case. This is my 9th episode on this case. I don't think any of you missed 9 episodes over the last 6 months. So I'm going to say you guys probably do know this case, and I'm going to drop you the link to the playlist because I've been covering it this is my 9th episode, guys. Jacqueline Mimi Torres.
In the death and disappearance of this little girl. Now, that is the horrific foundation of this case, but the story does not end with the arrest. In fact, that's when some of the most chilling details started to come out, because now the official autopsy report has been released, and it is giving us a detailed snapshot of the evidence that prosecutors may be working with as they build what appears to be an incredibly strong case against all.
Now, listen, guys, I mean, this was fraud. All right. This was fraud. And now we're talking about fraud and murder. Okay. So they continued receiving SNAP benefits after the death. So that's why there was additional fraud charges. But the legal action by Mimi's estate, it says that Mimi's estate has filed paperwork to pursue a lawsuit against Connecticut's Department of Children and Family, or DCF, claiming that the agency was negligent and failed to protect her. And guys, she had a younger sister too, that they say potentially her younger sister was also neglected despite the interactions with the family. All right. Now the case sparked, controversy because, again, we're talking about home schooling regulation. Mimi was reportedly listed as homeschooled shortly before her death. Child welfare oversight in Connecticut, with questions raised about how prior reports of maltreatment went unlinked to Mimi. They were trying to do it, guys. They were. The grandma was trying to get her back. The mom had just got her back, and they faked a person to pretend like it was her, like it was Mimi going to school.
3 of the people who are charged
with
Mimi's murder,
Bestie.
as well as charged with the alleged cover-up for Mimi's murder. So let's start with something that, frankly, will stop you cold, because according to the autopsy report that was obtained by News 8 WTNH TV in New Haven, Connecticut, when 11-year-old Mimi was found, 11 years old, she weighed just 27 pounds. For perspective, that is the average weight of a healthy 2-year-old. She was 4 feet 8 inches. The medical examiner noted a, quote, near absence of subcutaneous fat and severe muscle wasting. Now, the report goes deeper into Mimi's final moments. First, the contents of her stomach after what police described as.
So listen, guys, we were hearing about this, and Maggie says, I can't handle this case. Go take care. Trigger warning. Now, listen, yes, I had hers. His name, Jay, is a bit busy describing to see what I posted, Kathy. Okay, so listen, guys, the Sunshine Lady, the connection between child abuse and money is that these people, these low-life pieces of garbage, mathematicians and more, are using their children only for financial gain. Just like Madeline Soto, Jen Soto used her as a meal ticket to get financial aid and help from and child support from the father. So people are getting children, fostering them even, collecting the money and abusing them. So that's the connection between child abuse and money. Now, if you want to know there's a single link between child abuse and money, that's not true. But consistently, that shows a financial stress or economic instability, and certain money related dynamics can increase the risk of abuse or neglect. It's not that poverty causes the abuse, guys. I want you to know it's not poverty. Just because you don't have money, it doesn't mean you're going to abuse your children. But most low income parents don't abuse their children, but money can shape the pressures and the power structures and the vulnerabilities when you're collecting that money, and you got to have that child in one piece. So that's a correlation between money and the risk factors of neglect and lack of food and unsafe housing. I hope that helps. All right. Let's go.
Weeks of starvation. The autopsy states that there was one single blueberry in her stomach. That is it. One blueberry. Then there's the toxicology. The report found amphetamine in her system, a stimulant drug. And the critical note from the medical examiner quoted in the report, quote, "There is no record she was ever prescribed this medication or diagnosed with a condition that would require it." So the autopsy also showed that she had an antihistamine in her system.
Where?
Now, the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner ruled the official cause of death as fatal child abuse with starvation and the manner homicide.
Nope.
Now, why were there drugs in her system, and what was their role in her final days? Now, with these three in custody, you would think the shocking twist would stop, but this case isn't just about what happened inside that home. It is about how the system allegedly manipulated for over a year to keep this little girl and her story hidden. And it starts with the agency that is meant to protect her. According to documents that we have reviewed, this family was known to Connecticut's Department of Children and Families after Mimi was pulled from school in
Now, I'd love to have that picture, Tiff, but I don't know why it's not going through. So the dad's name is Victor Torres. My girl Tiff has been helping me with this case, but I did not get an email from you with a picture. And I have the document pulled up, and there's no picture as well. So Victor Torres is the name. Again, I don't know much else about him. This is the 9th episode, and I'd love to show you a picture, but I still have not got a picture. Oh, Kathy sent me a picture. Mimi's biological father is Victor Torres. But yeah, I still don't see a picture, y'all. So let's keep going. I'll get back to that once it comes through.
August 2024, which investigators now believe was around the time of her death. Her mom, Carla Garcia, told authorities that the girl was being homeschooled and was out of state, but DCF wanted to check. So months after police believed that Mimi had died, DCF scheduled a video wellness check. And according to DCF, Carla Garcia didn't just lie. She allegedly used another child to pretend to be Mimi Torres on the call.
Look at her in this picture. She's got this heavy filter. This is clearly not what this evil pig looks like. But you hear that? She used another child for that. Thanks, Jay, for the explanation. I can't believe that these cruel people exist, and me either. All right? What the fuck? I'll never understand why this piece of shit would do this. I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's a heavy filter, lady.
Oh, think about that. Using one child to impersonate another who you allegedly killed.
Now, we heard about that from the beginning, but it was just a rumor. Now we know it's not. They were actually trying to fake DCF and the school system and fraudulently get their money while abusing her. They didn't care two shits about her.
Cool. The state's child protection agency. But the alleged deception did not stop at hiding her death. Police say it turned into a way to profit from it. And this is where some new charges have come in, because Carla Garcia and Jonathan Nanita are now facing additional felony charges for fraud. According to investigators, Garcia continued to collect SNAP benefits, food assistance, for Jacqueline for months after the girl's death. Police say that in January 2025, Garcia submitted forms to renew those benefits, listing Jacqueline as part of her household. Now, this was 3 months.
All right, so we do got a picture. Thank you, Tiff. We do got a picture here of her father, which was in recent times, I see here. So I'm hoping that he's also fighting for her justice as well, because he's standing right next to her, close to the 5th grade picture she's got going on. And let me tell you, he looks like a proud daddy to me. I don't know how this happened, guys. I really truly don't, and I wish I did. Let's keep going. I'll show you afterwards about the father.
After they believe the girl was killed. Now, Nanita is charged because Garcia reported him as part of the household while he was allegedly receiving his own separate benefits.
Piece of
He is accused of
trash.
taking nearly $2,900 in fraudulent aid. Now, the
They're
new
all
charges are conspiracy to
garbage.
commit larceny and making false statements. Now, we have the body cam video from those arrests. First, the Garcia sisters.
Yes, I love body cam footage. Guys, I love body cam footage of these piece of trash monsters. And she did have another kid. There was another child. They have 5 children, guys. They didn't name them all because they're minors. Okay, but there are other children that are including her little sister that I think may be from the same dad. Let me just show you real quick so I can you can understand who Victor Torres was or is. That's her father, and he looks like he had just seen her. That's what she was wearing during her 5th grade picture on the left, and then you see him over there on the right looking like he's filing custody or paperwork for her. So I don't know exactly what's up with the guy, what's up with him as a father, but the guy that was beat up, Wyatt, faked his own death. And when he faked his own death, he tried to run. And so that's why law enforcement beat his ass. Hopefully they show that in the body cam. I've showed it before. Thank you. Oh, there's another one.
How you doing, Jacqueline?
I'm good. How are you? Oh, wait. Same
It's
person.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn around.
Why?
Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest.
Hard.
We'll explain to you.
Can you grab my phone?
Yeah, we can grab your phone for you.
It's in the room.
Here.
No, not that one.
I appreciate you being cooperative. Okay. Let me.
I'm just wondering.
I'll explain everything. Good.
Got it.
You comfortable here? Whoops. Is that okay for right now?
Why am I getting arrested? Oh no. Screw that lady. I do remember that picture. Again, there's so many other children that are so like similar to this case, and it just keeps happening again and again. And I got another picture, and I do realize this is the 9th episode, so I have covered a lot of this, but take a look at this, guys. Look at this. This is her dad, and this was very soon before she was pushed to her mom and died. She looked happy, she looked healthy. Victor Torres, Mimi Torres's biological father. Now, I'm not going to blame the man because they were trying to get custody again. They did have custody for a long, long time, for the last 8 to 9 years. Okay, grandma. So I want you to know I'm not going to blame the dad on this one. I don't know the situation, and I wouldn't do that to him without like really researching it. Let's keep going.
You got anything on you?
No.
No?
But can you please just grab my phone?
Yeah, where is it?
It's
That's
up
right.
there.
Which one's that?
This one.
Well, that's your phone?
No, it's in my.
Oh, whose phone is that?
That's my friend's.
Okay.
Your friends?
I just have a seat.
What do you?
Good.
Yeah, that one. Thank you.
Yep. Does anyone remember the first episode that we ran on this? I'm sure Tiff does. Tiff's been helping me put this together for the whole time. they had a DoorDash on the way too. Well, I guess Panzona is not going to be able to eat, huh? Come on, guys, hit that like button.
Somebody took the dogs?
Yeah.
She came that night?
Hell yeah, she was.
Did she bring it back to the
Yeah, she did.
she brought the puppies back?
Yeah.
All right. You got shoes on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're being pretty nice to those two. It's I guess they don't want to get beat up, and Jonathan did, but they're being fairly friendly. They must not have seen any of the pictures of little Mimi and what happened to her. There's a kids' room over here.
Wait, it's gonna be cold, right?
A little bit.
Can you get my sweater?
Yeah, for now we can get you one.
My sweater's in there.
Yeah, where is it at?
Wait, where's my black sweater?
I would say you don't get shit.
No, it's not that one. It's a Nike one.
This is after the direction that she gave me. So,
Jacqueline, where would it be?
Can I get up?
Well, it's not in here other than the closet.
What do you need? My sweater.
Sweatshirt.
I have some in my. Oh wait, check if it's on my sister's.
Now listen, can you guys imagine these freaking evil pigs? They starved this little girl Mimi. She had one blueberry in her stomach, almost nothing in her intestinal tract, and she weighed 27 pounds, and she was in that bin for over a year, and these pigs are worried about their jacket and their cell phone. Make that make sense. I would just throw that bitch in the back seat and kick the door.
On the bureau? No, it's not here. Can I just give you this red one?
I can't believe they're even being that nice. Can I just give you the red one? Listen, bitch, how about I just give you a black trash bag to put over your head, and then you can put your arms through it, and I'll give you a zip tie or two to tie your fat pig hands down. Why are they being so nice? Screw these people.
It's all right? What do you mean no? What do you mean no? Now you're being picky.
No, I'm kidding. Just put it over me.
Is she flirting with him or what? Is she joking? What's happening here? No, I'm just kidding. What do you mean you're kidding, lady?
Yeah. What do you want to like put it over your head?
Put it over my head. I don't want nobody to see.
Yeah, put it over her head. Get a trash bag first. Put the trash bag over her head, and then put the jacket over the trash bag. How about that? These.
Good.
Put it all the way down. In my pocket. Yeah.
All right, let me
In the
get.
front.
What?
Pull it in the front.
Would any of you give her the common courtesy of putting it over her head, or would you put something else over her head? Yeah. Shanda Vander Ark.
We'll adjust them when we get up there. You're gonna go into a warm car anyway. So yeah, we got heat in the car.
I can't even. It's my.
You got keys for like the back door?
No,
Yeah, but where are the keys for like?
Yeah, he left. He was getting us some food.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold your arm walking down so you don't fall, okay? Huh? What'd you say?
No, that's fine.
Yeah, because I don't want you to go. You got nothing.
Careful, yeah.
Yeah, just go slow when we get to the stairs.
You know why you can see the floor of the house, guys? Because they just moved. They moved to get away from the decomposition that was smelling out their house so bad. They had to get away from it. You know what the decomposition was? Her little girl, Mimi Torres. That's what they're running from. If you looked inside their closet on the body cam, they had a bunch of sprays in there to cover the smell. Disgusting people.
Can I knock on my neighbor's door real quick?
Thank you. Also, guys, those people are tweakers. They found methamphetamines and amphetamines inside Mimi's body. Those people are tweakers. That's probably why the house was still semi okay. Ooh, that's awful. Oh, what happened? Yeah. She's like, oh, it's cold. Slap her in the back of the head and take her jacket.
I don't know where. Are we transporting any, or they're going to do the whole thing? Here. Jacqueline, go here. Hold on, I'm tall. I'm old and tall, so I'll give you more room, all right?
Now, a day later, Jonathan Nanita's arrest. This wasn't calm. This was a struggle.
All right, good. Now we get to see this monster piece of garbage that tried to fake his own death, Jonathan Nanita, get his ass kicked because he's resisting arrest.
Give us your hands! Hold on. Okay, Scott, he's got. Hold on. We got one leg stuck. Okay.
He's screaming like a little bitch, y'all. You hear him?
You got cuffs? Anybody get cuffs? Hold on. Move this. Pull him out. Pull him out. Hold on. Put him in cuffs. Put him in cuffs first.
My face.
I know.
My face.
My face. Oh.
My face. I can't feel my face. I'm bleeding.
Hold on. What's your name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan what?
Nanita.
No, it's not. What is it?
Jonathan Nanita. It's Jonathan Nanita, I swear.
Tell me that's not awesome. My face. I can't feel my face. He's so entitled. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoy when I laugh because you know what? We got to find some joy in these cases that are terrible. And if we find the joy that these monsters are getting their ass kicked and handed to them, then hey, so be it, right? This is what I like to see too. I love it. Everybody's laughing their butt off. He's worse than John Paul Miller. Yes, that guy's a piece of garbage and a little pussy bitch too.
Pull him out. Pull him out.
Hey, drive him to you. One. Roll to me. Sit up.
I'll call this special now.
Is this fool giving birth or something? What's up with this, man? He's giving birth, I think. Something's come out of his freaking vagina hole. He's a drama queen. Yep. Yep.
Let me see your face.
Why'd you guys kick me and beat me up?
Give us your hands.
I put you in handcuffs, dude.
Dude, y'all beat me up.
I didn't beat you up.
Yes, y'all did, bro.
What about what you did to Mimi? Yeah, remember what he did to that little girl. And remember, he's the one that dumps her body in the back of the abandoned house. Somebody anonymously called in, and I believe it was an ex of a sort. Somebody called in, and this monster is the one that moved it. Because 27 pounds is too heavy for the other evil pigs.
Bro, you'll get checked out. Don't you worry about it.
Come on, bro. Y'all didn't have to do that, though. I was going to turn myself in. Y'all didn't have to do that.
Turn yourself in.
You guys didn't have to do any of that.
This is not the father of Mimi at all, by any means. This is Carla, her mom's boyfriend, that faked his own death in the beginning. We all were duped.
For that, you turned yourself in a while ago. I was gonna say I was. You guys didn't have to do any of that, man. I didn't even do that to that girl, bro. I didn't. I'm over here trying to clear my name.
You'll have your time to talk, buddy.
Shut the fuck up, man. Smack him in the face. Good.
Good work, boys. Good work.
I was gonna tell myself in.
Yeah. It obviously it looked like it. Jonathan.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. He's like, yeah, it's always tomorrow, right? That's why on Facebook you look up Jonathan, Anita, and everywhere is like, oh, the homie died. The homie took his life. No, you were trying to get away.
Oh, I was.
It's always tomorrow.
You had your
Always
time, pal.
tomorrow.
Well,
You had your time.
today's your time.
Yeah. I think it's 9:21. Now you can turn yourself in.
Fix my shoe. You guys didn't have to do that though, man.
Yo, you snatched into two of our cars.
Cool.
Oh, you took our phones earlier.
I didn't smash on that. I left.
If you're gonna turn yourself in, why didn't you stop in New Britain?
Stop right when you guys came.
In New Britain and Big Sky.
Almost hit 5 people.
When you guys came.
Yeah, when we came.
When you drove off in New Britain.
When he drove off and slammed into the other cars. What about that? I wish these guys would just sideswipe him again. Just another couple punches to the teeth.
Oh, but I didn't hit.
Why didn't you stop and turn yourself in then?
People driving out of the way.
You're already right in New Britain.
I got a very opinion.
Can we throw him in the
I
car?
didn't do that, man. I'm innocent.
We don't have it. Oh, we got
Yeah,
it.
we go.
My head hurts, man. Y'all didn't have to do it.
His head hurts, man. Why you had to do me like that, man? Why you do me like that? I was gonna turn myself in. Why? And some of your comments aren't coming up, Clementine or anybody else. I have to go into a different chat to see y'all's messages. So apologies, but I can see the messages and y'all could see them from your phone. It's not coming through StreamYard, but I see you. Don't worry. I'm going back and forth.
Now, these were the arrests, the end of the road for the 3 people accused of hiding Mimi's death. But to understand
why he needs a ambulance, let's continue to watch
how they got away with it. And for so long, we have to go back.
Yes.
We have to go back to a night when police showed up at
Yes.
their door and had no idea what was.
And now, mind you, trigger warning, because this lady looks like she's pregnant with twins and she's not. So trigger warning, okay? Let's go.
Inside. This is December 29th, 2024. Police in Farmington, Connecticut get a call to the apartment of Carla Garcia and Jonathan Nanita. This is a place where they were living, and they get this call because there's a noise complaint. Now, by the timeline that we have, this is weeks after Mimi had died. Her body, according to the warrants, was in the basement of this home. I want you to watch Carla Garcia and Jonathan Nanita.
Yes, guys, she's already deceased. She's already been stored, and she's been dead for quite some time. And these callous, cold monsters, watch how they interact here. Garbage, human garbage.
Anita in this moment.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Is everything
I'm
okay?
good. Yeah, I'm not pregnant.
There's a lot of noise coming from your apartment.
Excuse me, ma'am, are you pregnant so we don't gut punch you? I just want to know. You got twins on the way? What happened?
They're always calling.
Okay.
Everything's good though.
Everyone's all right?
Yes.
Is everyone
My
else
daughter's
okay?
not dead down there.
My boyfriend.
Okay. Is your boyfriend here?
Yeah.
Can I speak with him?
All right, now you guys get to see and hear how many other children they have. Remember, there's Mimi's dead there, and the officer in the same presence of a body that's been decomposing for almost, well, at this time, this is 12/29/2024, and her life, they estimate, was taken in early September. So by then, September, October, November, December is at least 3-4 months. She's not pregnant, I don't think. Thank you, little man.
Everything's okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just pregnant. Just moods, you know.
Yeah, she's a sloth.
Hello? Okay.
Slut.
Mind if I come in some and you heat up? You mind if I come in some and heat up? Hey, how's it going?
Look
Good.
at that
Respect.
belly, boy. I think she might have just had kids or something, or a baby, but that belly, that's a big back belly right there. That's a fupa, a super fupa, just hanging there like a slob. Oh, she did. Yeah, I'm just pregnant. Just you know. Look at that. Right there. Fatty Patty 2x4 couldn't get her ass through the mother trucking door. Yeah, she is.
You okay?
Human
Yeah, I'm just
garbage.
pregnant. Just
She's
moods,
pregnant.
you know.
She is pregnant.
That's what we get.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Mind if I come in some and you heat up? You mind if I come in some and heat up? Hey, how's it going? Good. We just got a call. There's a lot of noises and stuff like that. Everyone's okay?
Yeah, my wife's pregnant, so she's having mood swings.
Okay.
I'll be trying to calm her down.
Okay. Things happen.
I'm at the
Now keep in mind at this point, Mimi has been dead for almost 3 to 4 months. Jonathan and Anita, his hair's long there. He cut it off. It looked like he was probably trying to evade law enforcement. This Beezy is pregnant and they're holding another young baby, and there are still other children in the house. But let's hear what she says about where's Mimi. Okay, things happen. What?
So
Okay.
it's difficult.
All right. Well, I haven't met you guys real quick. I'm just going to write your names down, say I spoke with you, and get out of your hair, okay?
Okay.
Hi.
Say hi, baby.
Everything's
Like-
okay. How long you guys been staying here?
Almost a year.
Yeah.
Okay. Things are good.
Yeah.
Sometimes the walls are, you know, you live in apartments, walls
Yeah,
are
we
thin
always never
sometimes. and-
stay. They've been big competitive since we first moved here. So
Okay, so it's not the
We're
first.
planning on moving.
Okay.
we're actually moving.
Indy Isham, did I miss something from you? And Claire Burke, thank you so much for the $5 pound super sticker. Things are coming in slowly, Indy, so I hope that you don't think that I'm ignoring you or anyone else, because it's just StreamYard being really weird. So thank you to everybody. Midnight Lays, Little Miss Sharon, Holly Z, Connie Branch, Sherlock Homegirl, Indy, Isham, Tracy, Foxy, Clark, Little Miss Sharon, Sunshine Lady, Mama Sage, and Claire Burke. I want to forget any of you. Sorry about StreamYard. I wish I could fix it.
Yeah, because of that. Well, we came from New Britain. It's better over there because we don't have no complaints at all.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Yep.
different area. People are a little less likely to wanna call
Super
people and
fupa.
stuff like that.
Listen to that. The casual explanation about pregnancy moods, the utter chilling normalcy of how they're communicating with law enforcement. Now, the officers leave. It's a routine call to them at that point. But according to the case now facing the 3 people charged in Mimi's death, while this friendly conversation is happening at the front door, the child they are accused of killing is decaying in the basement. So,
And you see how quick they wanted them out, right? Yeah, YouTube's blocked certain words too, guys. Eastern Girls Crafting, what's up? Good to see you guys. We're 4 away from the goal, I think, and the goal, and they're just all $2 super stickers or above. If y'all can get to the goal, we're giving away a Foxy box. We're 4 away. Let's see if we can get that goal. Thank you.
how did we get from a missing girl to these 3 arrests? The road to these charges is paved with what police say are lies that slowly unraveled, and it's all documented in the arrest warrants. Now, it starts with Carla Garcia's first story to police. According to the affidavit, she told New Britain detectives that her daughter was, quote, fine and visiting a friend. Then police say that she blamed her ex-boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita, spinning a violent tale. But when the autopsy ruled out that evidence and showed starvation, her story shifted again. She admitted to police, quote, they stopped giving Jacqueline food for about 2 weeks prior to her death. Now,
Can you believe that they even said that in a statement? I mean, I don't know what they're planning to hold on the violence. I don't know what they're planning to gain here by telling these stories and giving the information while still continuing to plead not guilty. How can you plead not guilty when you make a statement like that? I don't get it.
the autopsy ruled out that evidence and showed starvation. her story shifted again. She admitted to police, quote, they stopped giving Jacqueline food for about
Now, including striking other kids, going into people's cars, and having 5 boyfriends. Garcia ultimately admitted that they stopped giving Jacqueline Torres food for about 2 weeks prior to her death. Now, remember, 27 pounds could have been because of the dehydration and the decomposition, all the water and all the fluids in her body could have just been gone, right? Because of the decomp and how long she was there. But what is this? She's talking about striking other kids, going into people's cars, and having 5 boyfriends. But this, how can you plead not guilty when you make this statement? I don't get that. I don't. I'm asking that. It's a rhetorical question, I guess.
about 2 weeks prior to her death. Now, Jonathan Nanita's story, perhaps not surprisingly, it is different. He told police that he was just doing a favor. Quote, Garcia contacted him and asked him to dispose of the tote that was outside her apartment building near the garage. He drove to a nearby cemetery to hide the tote. When asked who was inside, police say, quote, he first stated that he did not know who was in the bin. The officer asked Jonathan Nanita again who was in the bin, and he shrugged and said, quote, I haven't seen Jacqueline. The officer asked if he knew it was Jacqueline, and he nodded yes.
Again, he's claiming that he only desecrated a body and he helped move it. Well, he didn't have anything to do with that. And by the way, guys, we made that goal. Thank you. It hasn't come through all on my screen yet, but I do want to thank Indy and Tara and Kathleen. I'll thank you guys properly in a minute. Let's go. Let's continue. And then I'm going to hop over quickly and show you her father, biological.
Now,
and then
he did not
and then we will give away a Foxy box.
hide any violence, instead saying that he saw, quote, blood all over the walls and just panicked and left. Finally, there is the aunt, Jacqueline Garcia. Police say she initially claimed that she just found out everything was not involved. But when confronted, she confirmed the horrific details. Quote, Jacqueline Garcia confirmed that her niece, Jacqueline, was deprived of food and made to stand in the corner. She confirmed that her sister, Carla, and Carla's boyfriend, Anita, zip-tied Jacqueline as punishment and often kept her in the corner of.
Now, listen, she's going to be the one that turns on them, period. She's got the lesser charges. She's talking and she's putting herself on the outside of this. But I'm going to tell you what these monsters were doing in that house, in my opinion, is they were getting knocked up and collecting welfare, SNAP, anything that they could, any financial aid, any housing tickets, anything. That's what they were doing. They were stacking the kids and collecting the money, period. And obviously, in my opinion, the mom had something against Victor Torres and the Torres family, the father's side, and they targeted her.
Of the room where she would defecate and urinate on herself. Now, even worse, police say she admitted to seeing her niece zip-tied on occasions. All 3 of these defendants remain behind bars. Carla Garcia and Jonathan Nanita are each being held on $5 million bond, and they face charges of murder, conspiracy, cruelty to a child, unlawful restraint, and evidence tampering, plus those new fraud charges for the alleged SNAP scheme. Carla Garcia is due back in court on January 30th. Jacqueline Garcia is being held on $1 million bond on charges of cruelty, unlawful restraint, and risk of injury to a child.
Now, I believe that she's got the $1 million bond only because she has prior history with probably drugs and, in the criminal system. But she's going to flip. I think she's already flipped at this point. And she's got the lesser of the charges.
Child. That will do it for On the Case, presented by Law.
All right. So let's quickly, let me put this up so you guys can see this little angel there. Hit that like button, guys. Get your comments in. We're giving away a Foxy box here in a minute. So you're going to want to be a member and you're going to want to get a comment in. They didn't ask about the missing child. Yeah, right? What made them not? She was right there, just feet away. But I do want you to know that there's a permanent memorial that's going to be planned. This is in New Britain, guys, Connecticut. A permanent memorial for the 11-year-old Mimi. Mimi Torres Garcia is being planned. Right now, her family and the city of New Britain are working on a way to honor the girl, who authorities say was starved to death. Right now, a makeshift memorial is still growing, near where the girl's remain was found months ago. They also say, quote unquote, we have lots of people to reach out to us and say, hey, can we do something that would be more permanent? Mayor Sanchez said. And just a few blocks away from the horrific discovery of her body, a memorial is now planned as part of an expansion of Willow Street Park. Like every anniversary coming up, we can come to the park. It's safer for kids. It's safer for the family, one of the people in the area said. And Sanchez, Mayor Sanchez, I guess, wants the memorial to not only remember Mimi, but other kids in incredibly tough situations. She and the mayor will be working with Mimi's father on the plans for the bench, guys, like Madeline Soto. All right, Madeline Soto, that's what they did with the bench, and that's what they're planning with the biological father, who we can now show you who he is. All right, this is Victor Torres. This is her biological father. He owns this tire shop, and now I do remember his name's Victor Torres. He's got his baby girl right here in the main picture, and I do remember this. He's from Puerto Rico. It says Carolina, Puerto Rico, ho, Puerto Rico, and there he is, guys. All right, there's the rest in peace memorial for Mimi. Okay, thank you, Coffee and Dog Studio. I do appreciate you, Sharon Keto. Oh yeah, 96, Luis Tresco. All right, look at that. So yes, we got to our goal. We're giving away a Foxy Box here in a minute. And Victor Torres, her biological father's got this picture. This is the growing memorial, guys. This is where her body was found, at this abandoned house. And then there's her father right there. You see him doing some planning. I don't know if that's with the city. He's got his own company. It looks like it. That's it. They're planning with the city for the memorial. That's permanent. So he is involved. And there's the, they want to put a bench over here at the park like they did with Madeline Soto. Again, there's Mimi Torres's dad. It says, see you in paradise. And they're planning for that, which I'm so grateful and glad that her father stepped in and it's not, nobody's fighting for her. And then one other thing, this is Victor Torres, and this guy posts about him. He says, I don't know this man, but I've heard every word he spoke, and his energy is very positive, and his words were soothing. I am very thankful for his support. People might not understand, but we do. This is a spiritual journey, and I'm placing my faith in God to help me through this process. May God bless everyone. Keep up the prayers and not allow the evil to consume our souls. So that's awesome. Mimi's father has spoken. Victor Torres says, thank you, brother. My heart goes out to you in the sincerest way. So it looks like dad is definitely stepping up, stepping out. All right. One place I never PR. Can you have a true crime convention there? Where? Well, we're going to have a true crime convention in Vegas. I'm not sure. I missed something here. Mama Sage. All right. Let me thank everybody for the last of the, for getting us to that goal there. All right. Just in case I missed it. Jules to Cali. Thank you. Dig your show. Hair's on point. I'll take that. I'm never going to not take that. Tara, thank you so much for the super sticker. Kathy, Jay sent the video of Victor. Have a great day. I got that. Thank you. Indy, thank you for the $1.99, $1.99. And then Jules came in hot with 5 more Guilty of Crime memberships, and Midnight Lace matched her. All right, we're going to give away a Foxy Box right now. Got to be in the green. Norma's not in the green, but a lot of other people are. All right. As long as Brandon stays out of your emails, we'll be kosher. Yeah, screw Brandon. Vegas. We're Vegas Crime Con 2026. Yes, thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. We're about to give away a Foxy Box. Let me put this up. And let me catch a link. Hit that like button so you can get in the sorting little app sorter comment picker thing. And let's go. All right. Here it is, guys. You guys know the drill. All right. Smoking. Yes. Michelle says, as a hairdresser, I can assure you Jay's hair is always on point, and she doesn't herself, which is impressive. Yes, I do it myself. I can't afford to have somebody keep up on that all the time. All right, guys, fingers crossed, toes crossed. Say a prayer that Mimi gets the justice she deserves. We're about 9 days away from these monsters being in court and us finding out what the plea is going to be and what's going to go down in the case. All right? Thank you. Big hugs. Much love to all of you. Let's go. Load the comments. Continue, and let's give something away. Foxy Box, baby. I'm also ordering more of my books that I wrote. Reason 111 Why. And yeah, we got stuff April and November. April and November just commented, great show. And if you're also a member, but if you're in the United States, then you're the winner. You just have to email guiltyofprizes@gmail.com and we'll get you all set up. Yeah, congratulations to you, April. Guiltyofprizes@gmail.com. Eastern girls, you send me case information, send me the court case documents to guiltyofcrimebyj@gmail.com. And if anybody doesn't know where to send what to, you can always send it to me and I'll hook you up. All right. But right there, guiltyofprizes@gmail.com. April and November. Congratulations. Like I tell you, you guys, we cannot buy a Foxy Box, but you can win one. All right. Louise says, congratulations, April. And everybody else says that. So good luck. And congratulations to the winner. Smoking. Congrats. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget, hit that like button, share with your community, and tomorrow we are going to be back for another episode at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, or 6 Central. All right. Norma's reading the book that she won. That's awesome. Mab's got a Foxy Box ready to open. Michelle says, woohoo. What's going on with your book, Jay? I'm ordering my book because I'm going to be giving them out. I'm going to be giving out my books inside of the Foxy Boxes with my signature on them. So that's what's going on with my book. I'm going to order books. We're going to give the books in the Foxy Box, and we're going to give away my books on this channel with my little autograph signature, whatever you want to call it. All right. Michelle says that makes my blood boil. It's going to be 25 on Sunday, and I'm thankful for her, but I also miscarried. Oh, no. Yes, I hope karma gets these monsters. I want you to know, Michelle, we don't have children easily either. We don't roll over and just say, oh, I'm pregnant. It's hard for us to have children. And when we do, we love them and we cherish them. And that's what we expect everyone else to do. All right. Half hour, it's going to be open. Well, do it. Do it, Mab. Do it. All right. I love you guys. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Clark, love you, girl. Thank you. I'm going to try to text you again and see if it goes through. Mwah. I'll see you guys mañana. That's tomorrow. Peace out, guys.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty?